Hello and welcome back to a Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 2. We are now playing as Tyrion, were previously playing as Tywin, and this war has just got crazy. Looking at this, you just have no idea what's going on. Let's try and work it out. So, we are actually very simple. We are at war with the Barrowlands, because the Barrowlands currently declared independence from Joffrey. We're also in our own revolt war, and we don't have many men raised. Joffrey is in a war with the Barrowlands. He is in a war of Chilren independence, so that one up there. He is also in the war of Reachman independence, so they are trying to declare independence from him. And he is also in the war of Cider Hall independence, who is separately declaring independence from the Reach. So it's all going kind of crazy. Who's siding with Joffrey? So let's have a look here. The Stormlands, currently ruled by Stannis, is not in any war. Well, it's in one war. It's in the defending against Myr in the slave raid of the Stormlands. Alright. Dorne. Dorne is in the war of Barrowlands independence. The Vale. The Vale is in the war of Barrowlands independence, but it's also in the Lord Wallace's claim for the Vale. So someone's trying to take the Vale from Lord Harold, who now owns it. Riverrun is in no wars. The Freys are in no wars. The Iron Isles are in, if we get over this way, a war with Euron Crozai, who is currently winning, and they're in a war of CK2 liberation, which they are currently losing as well. And if we have a look up here, Robb Stark is currently released from prison. He has a scar, he's wounded, he's stressed, and he is no longer in charge of the North. He has lost it, but he is broken. And then the Night's Watch, with Mors the Butcher leading, is currently in no wars. And Winter is making its way over here. It's getting there. It's getting there. Not quite there, but it's getting there. Right. So let's continue. Castle Black has asked for help because the White Walkers are declaring war on them. We'll join their war, I think. I think that it's now time. Mace of the Reach is burnt this person at stake, as is the, fashion at the time. Yeah, Walder the Fat wants to marry Walder the Red. I mean, whatever. I don't care what the Freys do, really. My prisoner, Harrion Karstark, is complaining about his dark cell. Well, we'll release him for a favor right now. Fine. We can pay us back later. Lancel Lannister and Lady Cersei of the Westlands had a daughter named Lyanne. Oh wait, are they married? Oh, Cersei married our cousin, Sir Lancel Lannister. Oh. Alright then. If you say so. We're still going for this fight over here. Vassals don't like that we have their men raised. Alright, what else have we got here? Robb Stark is is ransoming off the prisoners from the war. Littlefinger died. He was slain in a trial by combat by Lord Denley of Blackwater Rush. So he must have been either imprisoned, then there was a trial for combat against him, or Lord Denley was imprisoned and Peter was chosen by Joffrey to fight for him. Either way, no, interesting. Especially as Joffrey Peter Baelish in this universe killed Varys via duel, which is, it's kind of, a bit of, it's quite interesting. Anyway, Marjorie is pregnant. That is our wife, of course, Marjorie Tyrell. It's interesting because Marjorie Tyrell is so would we join the Reach or would we join the Iron Throne if push came to shove, because we are married to Marjorie Tyrell? Would we see the chance for true power? Oh no, that's a question we haven't been asked yet, so we can avoid it. We don't have all of our sworn shields, but we don't have any positions for them anyway, so that's fine. So Titos is complaining about his dark cell in the dungeons. We'll let him rot. He is the peasant leader, so I'm not too worried about it. The Barrowlands war is over. I'm not in the Liege's wars. So we have joined the War of Chileran Independence, so we're going to head over there on the way up. My lord, I, Tywin, sincerely ask that I be allowed to pursue a career as a Septon of the Faith of the Seven so I can fully dedicate myself to studying the 7-pointed stars and worshipping the gods. I mean, sure. We're a little bit busy right now, but sure. My Master of Arms tells me that one of my commanders has improved significantly. Stefan improved again. He improved last time we got that event. That's nice. Do we adopt the Marshal's ideas about how our military should be run? Definitely. Now we're going to assault this one down. There's a new Lord Commander on the wall. We're not going to read it out again, but Parman the Purple Crane is now the, you know, he is currently in charge of the wall. I'm just interested. What has happened to Jon Snow? Jon Snow is currently just up there. He's a personal steward. Alright. That's fine. Right. We've assaulted. We've taken it down. We've got 100% war score for our liege, and we're heading up north. Lord Lomar of Chiltern has accepted the peace offer. Alright. We've now joined the Reach in their war. There's a peasants' revolt on the Trident. We're going to not go straight to the Reach's war. We're going to head up north first with our army, because we're already most of the way there. And we did pledge that we'd help them first. So that's the Ghostly Liberation Revolt. I'm not too worried about that, to be honest with you. So way of heading north. Well, we'll have to head, like, round through the Mandalese land. There we go. Up towards land which is controlled by the Freys. Wait, do the Freys control... Is there a Dynasty map mode? Probably not going to be very helpful, is it? There we go. Dynasty. There we go. The Freys do... Yeah, they control a reasonable amount up there. They got the Dreadfort, I think. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Right. Continue heading up. Oh. Euron Crowseye lost his war. Unsurprising given that Balin actually won the north. Balin's still married to the same... I was just thinking if there's anything else interesting had happened here. Asha matrimonially married this person, and Theon is currently off in a mercenary company in Volantis. Of course. Makes perfect sense to me. Right. And, yes, he's now taken the Bear Island from the person in charge of it, and then she was hanged. Things didn't go very well for the Mormons. Benedict Lannister died stillborn. Oh. Yes, that's our first son died stillborn, and we are possibly depressed, but we're not. We're still a drunkard, but not depressed. Alright. Lord Bennis of Cider Hill lost his war against Joffrey. Joffrey is winning his war against the Reach currently. Arranged marriage. You would like Joy Hill, our bastard cousin, to marry Lord Edmure. Sure. Offense or defense, that is the question. We'll go for defense. Not that we're going to lead many armies ourselves. Willis Manderley has complained about his dark cell in the dungeons. We'll release them for a favour. Probably good given we're walking through Manderley lands. Our charity work is doing well. People are liking it. Okay, that's good. Our aunt, Princess Jenna Lannister, has died. Well, small funeral, definitely. Like, we don't really... She's not a big impact on us. We're still heading up north with as many men as we can muster. Janie Lannister will have a lovely etiquette education. Continue heading up north. My Master of Arms has discovered a man named Brion. Brion? Who is, you know... I would almost say Brian, but that's obviously not what it says. You could pronounce that Brion. Like that. Anyway. Yes, he does look very good at fighting. Would he be our... He can be a bodyguard for us. Perfect. And he is loyal, isn't he? That's why we have 100 opinion. Loyal servant. Definitely. I like it. Continue heading up north. Looks like... Oh. The war ended. And... Wait. Oh, that was a Night's Watch offensive war. They pushed into... They've taken Craster's Keep back from Winter. So they won. Oh. Well, that's good. Well, we'll head back down south again. Now we're heading to the Reach. We're just going to jump in between wars. We have gone through the entirety of like everything Game of Thrones has to offer in a very, very short amount of time. We've defeated the White Walkers. We've ended the war. You know, it's all going very well for us, really. My liege, I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions if proper leverage is obtained. He does want to depose me, so you know what? We'll ask him politely. Do not speak to me of obligations and duty. I may be your vassal, but that does not make me your slave. I'm within my right to associate with whatever faction I wish. Alright then. We'll see about that. Definitely. Definitely. Is this the time to switch off of our war focus? We can't switch off our war focus, but if we were about to, that would be a time. Emmon Frey wants to marry. I don't really care. Go marry whoever you want, really. Okay, that's fine. Continue heading down south. Hopefully we'll get there. We could defeat the Reachman army who's who's also come north, which I think we'll have to do. We have defeated them. We've assaulted that back down. We've taken their northern lands back. We'll chase the army wherever it heads. It's heading to Fever. Okay. Then where? To Greskran. Okay. Where after that? Daughter was born to Sir Tywin Lannister and Pia named Sarah. That does not say Sarah. But alright. We'll go for whatever. Doesn't really matter to me. Flint's Fingers where we're heading. Stannis died in the dungeons of King Joffrey. His daughter Shireen has taken over. She has matrilineally married Lord Paramount Edric Storm, who is her cousin, I think. Bastard cousin, but cousin nonetheless. Okay, heading up here. Defeat the Reachman army. The Iron Isles have won one of their revolts. Continue heading south. Rorin was hanged, drawn, and quartered. Okay. And by Balin. Willem Lannister wants to get married. Marry as you please. We'll continue heading down south. You have made Titus Brax like us a little bit more. That's good. Okay. Lord Commander writes that the cold winds are rising, the dead are walking, and the trees have eyes once again. The white shadows stalk the woods. He calls for all lords to put aside their petty differences and ride with the night watch and reclaim the dawn. We'll join. Oh god, they're losing significantly. That's not good. Before we even got there. Hearthstone accepted King Balin's peace offer. Continue heading north. Edmure of the Trident has declared the Rivermen's Southstone de jure war over Southstone. Okay, he's trying to take some land from the Brackens. He has also declared a war of Riverman independence from the Iron Isles. Okay. And the Iron Isles declared a war de jure war over Wayfarer's Rest and Carl the Unworthy Levance. Alright. As we make our way home late one night, escorted by my bodyguard, run into several drunken peasants having a fist fight in the middle of the street. The guards attempt to steer you away, but you have an idea. Would not be a perfect sparring opportunity in which to improve your martial ability? No! 100% not. Tyrion would just get killed. Yeah, definitely. Put him up against, you know, a peasant who gets a chance to fight a lordling. Yeah, he's not going to go well at all. Either that or he's just going to let him win. Either way, it's not good. So, our father-in-law has been imprisoned. Don't imagine Joffrey likes us very much right now, thinking about it, if he's our father-in-law. Yep, we have a new bodyguard being put in, Martin Lannister. Lord Alan Estamont of Cape Wrath has declared a war of independence, which is funny because the Estamonts, I believe, are in some way related to the Baratheons, but I've forgotten the exact connection at this exact moment. Maybe is an Estamont a grandfather of Robert Baratheon, perhaps? Oh no, the wars between the great powers of the realms have subsided for now. Does that mean that... Well, no, we're not back underneath, but the Reaches. So I'm just seeing. We haven't seen anything about what happened to Mace just yet. We're heading up to help in this war, so we're going to head directly in. Lord Lymont of Goodbrook has attempted to assert my title. What are we going to do with him? We'll make him disappear. Lord Tristan has been a leal and able servant. We'll arrange a reward for him. Definitely. Right, heading up here. They will get the fences from, like, effectively the wall that's here. Do we want to allow that? Or, yeah, we could head up into their lands. That's probably going to be the easiest way to do this. Don't care if they have the wall and block off, you know, the rest of their army, basically. Salt down Craster's Keep. Just block them off. Wait, the war ended inconclusively. Someone killed the White Walker. So now, this random person is in charge of the White Walkers. How did he die? He was slain by Torgon in personal combat. Torgon Talltalker. My god. He's amazing. He killed the top White Walker. Maester Kraylan shared some ideas with me. I do not know much of medicine, but perhaps he's onto something. Yes, I'll give you my patronage. Master of Arms tells me people improved significantly. I think that's the war over, right? What a odd path that we've gone down. The Iron Isles have taken over the north and are securely underneath Balin. The Vale is in turmoil, but Harold looks to hold it. The Reach currently has... Wait, is that still underneath the Reach? Yeah. Okay. The Reach is still underneath Mace, who was let go, but he fought against Joffrey. Tyrion is married to Marjorie, who means that Mace is obviously our father-in-law. Can we get an alliance here? No, he will never give us an alliance. He doesn't like us. The Stormlands is under Shireen and is currently will be back underneath at the end of this war. And the Dorne is all underneath Prince Doran with no real concerns at all. And then Riverlands are in an independence one against the Iron Isles. So that's a pretty weird path that we just went down. But we have fulfilled the stuff. We're going to end the series here and the episode, obviously. Basically, I said I'd end it when the War of the Five Kings ended, or when Tywin died, whichever one came later. Tywin died pretty early on, unfortunately for anyone who was really looking to see what Tywin was like in that period. But we got to play as Tyrion a little bit. Didn't really get to do an awful lot as Tyrion in terms of political intrigue, but it was a fun series, and we should have had the vote, or might still be deciding on the vote for what series is going to come next. In fact, I don't think we will have decided at this point. So if you want to decide what series we're going to be playing next week, please go and vote in that vote, which is up. Should have gone up on Monday. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.